It is Tuesday, October 1st. I'm Lauren Prisbel.
And I'm Tim Ryan. Our trained volunteers are here to help you understand the new federal health insurance marketplace, Obamacare.
Today's the first day to sign up for one of 40 choices for uninsured North Texans. Here's the number that you can call to get all of your questions answered. It's 1-800-964-2278, 1-800-964-2278. That number will be at the bottom of your screen this morning as well, and we're going to talk more about the health care plans. Also check in with those volunteers because, as far as I can hear, those phones have been ringing off the hook.
They have been, and interestingly, and we really appreciate a couple of community organizations for coming together and providing those trained volunteers, because we were supposed to have a federal agency in here to answer those calls.
Yeah, that government shutdown kind of.
Yeah, they all got laid off.
Yeah, well, temporarily.
So the Community Council of Greater Dallas came together to put this together for us literally at the last minute, which we really appreciate. Standoff over Obamacare resulted in the partial closure of federal government operations.
Congress missed a midnight deadline, and Dan is live at one of the places where you will see that definitely is affected. That's the Bush Presidential Center at the SMU campus. Dan?
That's right, Lauren. The big question everybody's wondering about this morning, how long will this shutdown continue? No telling for sure. In the meantime, among the facilities affected, anything to do with the National Archives system. And as you mentioned, that means the Bush Presidential Library and Museum here at SMU will be closed during this funding deadlock. Now, before midnight last night, the Democratic-led Senate rejected Republican attempts to try and tie a delay in implementing key parts of Obamacare to a temporary funding bill. So, as of now, about 800,000 federal workers are being furloughed, about 40% of the federal workforce. Testimony on the House floor was heated. Dallas Republican Pete Sessions saying Obamacare is not ready to roll out at this point. Houston Democrat Sheila Jackson Lee talked about a small airport in her area.
With so many people that need health insurance, we like Obamacare. But another SOS message. Ellington Field right now is shut down. The towers in Ellington Field in Texas are shut down. Why? Because the Republicans are on the floor of the House with a phony procedural vote that is not going anywhere, and the government is shut down.
Mandatory funding by the government. Can't get in the way of that. Right here. System unavailable for the American public. Why am I not surprised?
Republican Pete Sessions says delaying Obamacare for a year while the bugs are worked out is the sensible thing to do, but that provision does not appear to have any chance of passing. President Obama says U.S. service members will continue to get their paychecks on time, and critical services like air traffic control for commercial aviation will continue, and people will still continue to receive their Social Security benefits. But most federal offices are being closed along with all of the country's national parks. And we can say, speaking of the Bush Presidential Center, this morning when you go on the website, you are not able to schedule a visit or purchase a ticket. Reporting live at SMU, Dan Godwin, on Good Day.
Something we pointed out earlier that I thought was interesting was government workers. Last time this happened, government workers were actually issued what kind of a lump sum check, like
back
pay for not working those few days. So it's like a paid vacation.
Some of them are not the least bit upset about this because if they're they don't live paycheck to paycheck like a lot of us do. They are they're getting some time off, and it's kind of like my dream, which is paid time off.
Right.
Suspended with pay.
Exactly. Suspended with pay. That is what he always asks for. Well, Governor Rick Perry issued a statement on Monday because of this partial shutdown. He actually directed state agencies that may be affected to prioritize their functions. He said they need to develop plans for how they use their existing budget to best serve Texans until the shutdown is over. Yeah, paid time off. Doesn't sound so bad, does it?
No, it's kind of like vacation, except the problem is you can't really schedule anything because you don't know when they're going to call you back. Of course, you could always, when they call you back, if they say you're going to be back Thursday, just call in sick.
That's true.
That's what I would do.
Glad you have it all figured out.
You're always full of such great ideas.